Hey everybody, CrossTalk FM is an English and Japanese bilingual freestyle video podcast.
In this episode, we explore some cross-cultural themes and trends.
All right, well, hello.
I am Tomoya.
I'm Andrea.
今日は
今日は
スモールトークを話して先に行きますけども、
Okay.
最近出来事。
Well, I told Tommy I have no dekigoto because I've only been working on a certain project for the last 1 week exactly. Like literally I have been doing nothing else except working on this project. But it's kind of interesting because it's a PR project that involves Himeji City.
Himeji City.
Yeah, in Hyogo Prefecture. And I've been to Himeji actually several times. Have you been to Himeji before?
Yeah, once or twice.
Okay, like as a tourist, if someone said, okay, I'm going to Himeji as a tourist, what should I do there? What would you say?
I have no clue.
Right? It has like, okay, you have Himeji Castle, and then that's all.
Yeah, I know
There's
Himeji
nothing else,
Castle is
right?
there.
Everyone knows Himeji Castle, and then there's nothing else to do, right?
なんか印象ないよね。
薄いよね。
それ岡山県はじゃあどうなんですかって言われたらそれは岡山県は特にないんだけど。
特にないけど、we have at least two things. We have the Okayama Castle, and we have Korakuen, and that's all.
まあね。
But because I'm working on this PR project, actually there's a lot of little niche places in Himeji that kind of look interesting, and I'm learning a lot about the city.
What's the most interesting spot that you have found so far?
Well, through this project, the place that I thought, I want to go there, they have a botanical garden.
Okay.
植物園, which I didn't know they had that. And it looks small, but it looks really nice, actually. So I marked that on my Google Maps as places I want to visit. But they also have, I like Japanese sake. They have a standing bar inside a shopping center that's attached to the station that looks really nice. It's a big bar. And then there's also one of the breweries runs a tasting bar that specializes in aged sake, koshu. I want to go there too, just because you never hear about that. It's a very unusual thing.
まあそんないろんなニッチな観光スポットかね。
観光だけじゃない。多分住んでる人たちも行けるんだろう。
まあ普通のところね。まあ普通のところだけど実は意外と楽しいというかいいとこだよっていうのはね。
Yeah.
結構いろんなとこありますからね。
Yeah, and like I didn't know this, but apparently Himeji City is famous for a lot of different food items like kamaboko. I mean, who knew that? I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
Oden, because it's kamaboko, right? So oden, they have like famous oden, and they're famous for warabi mochi, and warabi mochi, kind of like tapioca drinks, but warabi mochi drinks.
わらび餅 drinks? わらび餅でかくないかこう。
But they make smaller ones, I think. Maybe.
でもタピオカって本当にもうなんかなくなってきたね。
なくなってきたよね。残念だから。流行りがもう終わっちゃって残念。I like it.
流行り廃れが早いよ。
なんか最近の日本はね、流行りが多分 2,3 年ごとですぐ変わるよね。
まあね。なんかでもタピオカは長く続いた方だけどね多分
ですよね。でも姫路のね行けるまで姫路のわらび餅ちょっと持っててほしいわ。Don't go away.
失礼だろ。
Don't go away. I want to try you first.
わらび餅
飲んでみたいからちょっと
ミルクティーみたいな。
Yeah, like なんとかラテ。
なんとかラテな。
Strawberry latte, わらび餅 drink, that kind of thing. Matcha latte warabi drink.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, they have a lot of good, nice looking food places actually. Yeah.
なるほどね。
Yeah.
まあまあ僕は今日特に話すことは小さい小ネタはないかな。
じゃあ姫路行こう。
I don't know.
姫路行こうぜ。
姫路に行きますか。
Sure.
まあまあそんなこんなで、今回もやっていきましょうか。
Sure.
はい。そう、今回のトピック、How to keep the conversation going、
Okay.
なんですけれども、まあ、英語を勉強していたりねすると、まあ、なかなかこう話が続かないなっていうところがありませんか？
ありますよね。今さっきだって You just let the conversation about he made you die, right? That's a great example right there. いい example だね。
いい example。 じゃあ何を話そうかなって。
だろう、そういう時はね The conversation will die
まあでもな、そういう時にどういうふうにいくつかテクニックをご紹介するほどでもないけど、
まあ話し合うね。
まあそうそんな感じでちょっといきましょうか。
Sure.
So like the reason why I couldn't continue this conversation is because I have no like topic can be related to this,
right,
topic.
Exactly. So that's actually a perfect example of when a conversation dies. It's like one person is talking about something that they like or they found out or they know, and the other person is like, I have nothing to say to that. Like, I don't know anything about that topic. It's not interesting to me. I don't know what to say, right?
Right.
There's no common
background.
Yeah, background, or there's no common theme.
まあでもそういう風になってしまうともうなんか仕方ないのかなっていう気もしてしまうんですが、
Right.
So how could I expand that conversation? 難しいだろう。
I mean, honestly, sometimes it's fine to just change the topic. Let that conversation or that topic die and change it to something else. But if you wanted to keep that one going for some reason, you could ask questions, maybe. Ask questions about whatever the other person is talking about. But the only thing with that is it makes the person keep talking about that topic that you don't know about or that you're not interested in, right?
Right. So like if I wanted to make a strong connection with Andrea-san, I could ask more about Himeji, like 何を聞くか、まあ何でもいいと思うけど、Have you?
Oh, like when was the last time you went there?
そう
or
とか
what did you do when you were there? You know, something.
So something.
Like
do
that.
you have a friend in Himeji or?
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. Just
some basic question.
Right.
Yeah.
そういうのを聞けばいいかったんだけど、でも難しいよね。
Yeah.
でそこから別のなんかトピックにつなげられるかなと思っても、なんかちょっと今僕には思いつかなかったというか、いうのあるんだけど、まあ、例えばその姫路でなんかイベントをやってたらね、なんかそのなんかイベントありますかみたいな。
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that would be fine. Like, yeah, anything going on? What's an event coming up? Or
そうね。まあでも一番いいのはお互いに興味ある共通のポイントを見つけることですよね。
Sure. Yeah. So, like, I like food. We could talk about food. You're not so much into food, but you could talk about if you were interested in, for example, history of Japanese castles or some kind of, Japanese history. You could pull the conversation that way. Or if you were interested in traveling, you could pull that conversation a different way towards traveling in general. So there are ways you can like steer the conversation to what you want to talk about or kind of relate it to something that you can talk about too. Yeah, so that's another technique, right? So ask questions is one technique, open-ended questions. And then number two is kind of lead the conversation to an area that you want to talk about or that you're more comfortable with.
でまあそういうふうに共通の好きなものとか興味があるものを見つけていったりとかするんだけど、
Sure.
一つどんな会話でも使えるテクニックみたいなものが、あるっちゃあるんですけど、それが open-ended questions。
Right. Yes.
オープンエンドクエスチョンしましょうとかまあ言うんだけど、オープンエンドクエスチョンって簡単に言うとアンドレさん何でしょうか？
Well, if you look at what a closed-ended question is, you'll know the answer. So if I asked you a closed-ended question, the answer is yes or no. で終わり。
そう。
で終わり。So an open-ended question is a question that I would ask that makes you talk more about the topic. It's more open. Whereas a closed-ended is just yes or no, and then you're finished, right?
そうだからで、オープンエンドクエスチョンっていうのは、まあ、相手の例えば What とか Why とか、Why はあんまり使わないか。使うか。
No, you could. Yeah, you could. Yeah.
あと Where とか、まあそういう 5W1H っていうね、あれを使って会話を作ることなんだよね。疑問文を作ることなんだけどね。まあこれで相手がその Yes or No だけで答えられない。
Right.
Where if you travel to 例えば台湾とか Where would you like to go とかね。
Right.
台湾に行くなら台湾のどこに行きたいですかみたいな。Do you like to travel to Taiwan? って言ったら Yes.
Yes. で終わり。Yes, I do. Hi, finished.
別に。
Yeah, if you say where would you like to go? You know, okay, I want to go to Taiwan. I want to go to Taipei. And then even if that is the end, you could still follow up with, oh, why do you want to go there? Oh, what is interesting there? Oh, do you have friends in Taipei? You know, so you could keep it going with more open-ended questions.
まあそれが一つの、会話を長引かせるというか会話を続けるためのテクニックですけども。
That's right.
まあでも僕はねさっきも言ったんですけどやっぱ共通点というかその、まあ、共通点も含めて、僕が興味のあることを見つけれないとやっぱ会話なかなか続けられないなとは思うんだけど、まあ、もちろん無理やり続けられることはできるけどねそのオープンエンドクエスチョンでね。
Even I'm thinking even without a question, we're talking. Sometimes you keep talking.
それはちょっと違うよな。
I don't have to ask any questions. You just keep going. かわいいよ皆さん。
いやそれは僕
かわいいよこの人。
おっさんだから独り言で言ってるのをよく間違うのアンデラさんにね。僕は独り言でなんかこうああだこうだってこう言ってるのになんか何ってこう聞かれるわけよ僕に。
I thought you were talking to me.
いやでも僕を自分でこうああこれはこうだあれはこれこうああ。
Okay, I thought you were talking to me.
なんかまあよくあるよ。
ありますよね。
おっさんの。
じゃあ私にかけてるんじゃないね。話しかけてるんじゃないね。
話しかけてるというよりまあ
完全に別だな。
話しかけてると。
分かった。もう今日から会話なし。
悲しいわ。
いや
でもね
do your own thing.
今思い出したけど I just remember、when I was in Australia working at the kitchen.
Yeah.
The chef,
the
main chef, asked me something, but I couldn't understand what was it a question or was she talking to someone?
Oh, okay.
Or was she even like explaining something to me?
Okay.
So I was like that level.
Okay, so quite low, I guess.
Quite lower.
Like low level understanding, or maybe she was in a hurry and had an accent or something. Who knows?
でそのまあちょっと詳しい状況覚えてないんだけど、なんだろう、英語で例えばネイティブの人に早口でバラバラバラって聞かれて、なんかもう質問なのか。何かを説明されたのかもう何か分かんないみたいな時があるじゃない。でしかもってこう分かったふりしてるとyes yes って言ってると I'm asking you って言われてまあ俺それ言われたんだけど
And you're like asking me what? What are you asking me? Panic No
そういうのは たまにあったね。
Yeah, it happens. No, because sometimes it is actually hard to understand if someone is saying something or asking something. It is hard. Even between native speakers, we have those sorts of conversations. Yeah, we do.
例えばその英語のレッスンで質問文は、例えば B 動詞からスタートする。Is this book?
Is this your book?
Is this your laptop? とか、
right.
質問するっていうでしょ。
Yeah.
もっと分かりやすく言うと What is this textbook for? とか聞くけど、そうじゃない時もあるっちゃあるでしょ。
Probably.
Maybe. でも、それかもしくはそのネイティブスピーカーの人の話すスピードが速すぎてその質問にすら聞こえなかったね。
That's probably what it was, and it was probably a really long question with a lot of options. It's probably something like, "What do you think? Do you think we should do this or that or this or that? What do you think about this?" It's it's like 5 questions in a row, and you're supposed to answer that somehow, right? So for a native person, that'd be no problem. But for someone who's still learning English, those sorts of like multiple questions at one time, or like a long explanation and then a question at the end, that's hard. Those are really hard. It's a lot of information to process.
そうで、僕それで今話してて気づいたけど、やっぱり英会話を、勉強し始めましたっていう方とかね、その人たちが来るですけれども、その人たちのやっぱ例えばアンドレアさんがその人たちにね話していると、やっぱりそのネイティブの人は2つとかね、別々のいろんな質問を投げかけるわけですよね。とかよくネイティブの人のインタビューとかで What is this? Is it like is blah 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 みたいな、シチュエーションを説明するじゃないですか。Why do you think so? Is that because you think this way or that way? みたいな。
Yeah, so like when you're in a lesson, the teacher is setting that situation up for you often. You understand the situation first before you have to try to answer. But also I noticed, having taught English, having tutored and taught English in Japan for a long time, people like me who work in Japan, we tend to speak more clearly because we're teaching English. Even teachers in America, like teachers in general, tend to speak slowly and clearly and are quite easy to understand. So a lot of people tell me that my English is easy to understand. But when you, for example, like you go to Australia and you're working in a restaurant, it's not English teachers. You're working with restaurateurs and chefs and waiters and people from different backgrounds. No one is speaking clearly and slowly and trying to make sure you understand. They're like and then and then you kind of like, whoa, that's not the English I'm used to, right?
That happened to me in Australia.
Sure, it happened to me in Japan too.
So
no, the reverse. Yeah.
だからそこでやっぱり英語わかんないとか。でもそれは別のトピックだとして。
Sure, yeah, it's a different topic. Yeah.
でそういうこともあるからちょっとやっぱりネイティブ英語は勉強難しいよねっていうのもあるんだけど。
Sure.
僕今回はちょっと How to keep the conversation going というところで。
Right. So like if that happens to you, like if you were in a situation like that, how did you get the conversation back to a place where you understood it, where you could be more comfortable, or did you? Maybe you didn't.
Maybe I didn't. Maybe I don't.
It was hard to do. But.
難しいですよ。その質問をバーッとされて、なんか Yes, No だけで答えてとか、そこからナチュラルなカンバセーションに戻すのは難しいけど、そうですね。当たり障りのないことを聞くかな。 I don't know. I just ask general question.
Okay. I think, for example, in that kind of situation, if it were native people speaking to each other and I didn't understand the long question or the multiple questions, we would just say, like, sorry, I didn't understand the question. And then they will ask in a simpler way or shorter way.
I see.
Yeah. So you can say, like, sorry, I didn't understand the question, or sorry, I didn't understand what you were asking.
そうね。以上、今回のお話でしたが、いかがだったでしょうか? Shall we wrap up for this episode?
Sure, let's wrap it up. That's all for this episode, you guys. If you like our video podcast, be sure to subscribe.
So sign up for our YouTube channel, also a mailing list, so you would never miss a thing.
Cool. This is CrossTalk signing off, bringing you English your week, every week.
Keep listening and keep shining.